All right, for the first half of this lesson, we talked about ratios, and I talked about the form and the notations. Typically, we do use that colon in between, the 3 to 2, we call it, and that is our notation. So basically, we're comparing one set of objects with another set, and the thing to remember is units don't matter. So again, you can compare apples and oranges, cars to pencils. It doesn't have to be the same on either side. So then the next thing we looked at, what is a proportion? A proportion is one ratio set equal to another ratio, sorry. So a proportion is two ratios set equal to each other. All right, and we saw that in the examples. So we started doing in some of the questions, and I gave you some X's and O's, and I said write it as a ratio, and it ends up being 4 to 3. Pluses to minuses, there's 4 pluses, 2 minuses, so 4 to 2. And you can write it in the opposite direction. The key is to remember, and I always tell people, okay, remember to mark which is which. So then we did some solving the following proportions. And it's kind of like equivalent fractions from the first unit. So my red is my unknowns, so you're basically matching up. How did the 2 become a 14? Well, I had to multiply that by 7, so I also have to multiply the other term by 7. And we filled in our blanks. So that's where we left it with the previous lesson. I have 2 examples to go through here. So the first one, to make lemonade. So at some point in time, if you haven't, you should make lemonade for poor old mom instead of making her make it. But the frozen concentrate, usually you have to put water in to make lemonade. So 3 cups of water for every, there should be a Y there, so let's fix the note, for every can of concentrate. If you use 3 cans of concentrate, how much water will you need? And some of you are going to be able to jump to a final answer and say, oh, I know what that is already. It's important to know the strategy so that when you run into something you don't know, then you can fall back on it. So I know that I need 3 cups of water for every 1 cup of concentrate. Now it says that I'm going to use 3 cans of concentrate. So I don't know how much water I'm going to need, but I do know I need 3 cups of concentrate. So there's the proportion I would set up. My concentrate, how much more concentrate am I putting in? It's actually triple the potency. So that means that in order, if I'm going to put 3 cups of concentrate in, I got to put 3 times as much water in. So if you're taking any cooking course this semester or in the future, you need to be able to adjust recipes, and that's one of the applications that are involved here. So therefore, for 3 cups of concentrate, you need you need 9 cups of water. All right. And my final example at the bottom here. When you mix concrete, you use, so if you put 3 shovels of sand in, you then have to put 5 shovels of cement and then 20 shovels of gravel. So there's our first ratio, and these types of questions always give you the ratio in one of the sentences. It says here that you put 12 shovels of sand in the mixer. How much cement and gravel must be added? So what we do is we set up the ratio that we know. So in the opening sentence, it said that I need 3 shovels of sand, I need 5 shovels of cement, and I need 20 shovels of gravel. I'm going to put 20 shovelfuls of sand in. How much of the other 2 components will I need? So my first step here is to figure out the relationship between the matching components. So I know 3 shovels gives me my base mix. I am now dealing with 12 of sand. So you go to your multiplication chart and you find I had to put 4 times the amount in. So that means I need to put in 4 times the amount of cement and 4 times the amount of gravel. So 5 times 4, using your multiplication charts, I'm going to need 20 shovels of the cement powder, and I'm going to need 20 times 4, I'm going to need 80 shovelfuls of gravel. This is when it's good to invite a friend over to help out. So there we go. So therefore, you will need 20 shovels of cement and 80 shovels of gravel. All right, so there we go. So there's 2 examples for you for the word problems that you're looking at today. And also maybe you'll be also working on an exercise for adjusting cooking recipes for different sizes. So good luck. If you have any questions, make sure you ask me to help with the clarification.